Hello everyone and welcome to Nexus Commentaries. Sorry for such a delay. One of the teams didn't realize they had a game until about 10 minutes before it was game time. And then they had to pull off roster subs and there was all that back and forth and whatnot. But we're finally here. We're finally in lobby. We're getting ready to go here. Joining me tonight is Logicalia.
Hello.
Alright, so coin flip was won by Few Loose Screws. They chose to have first pick. The bans were Sky Temple, Alterac Pass, Braxis, and Curse. And then the map pick by Wheels. I shorthanded it to Wheels. What's actually the full name? Team Training Wheels. That's it. Team Training Wheels. And then they picked Volskaya. So we're going to Volskaya. First pick going over to Few Loose Screws. And how do you feel about that?
Volskaya is usually a map you see teams picked if they have a strategy already picked. So it's not usually just sort of a map people go. There's a few maps most teams will have. Will be like, okay, this is a pretty new. We know how to play it, but there's not really too many cheeky things you can do here. But Volskaya is not a map like that. Usually teams will have a strat or something cheeky they want to pull off, or not even necessarily cheeky. They just know how they want to play it. So we can expect something here, but it's hard to say what it is until they actually show it.
So we're getting word. They claimed one of their players was an on-roster sub.
Uh-oh.
Now they're saying that they're like, wait, where's his information on the roster? They're like, oh, his roster name is listed as a Smurf, which causes issues to begin with. And then they're like, it shouldn't be a Smurf. He changed his name, took out first part of it or something, but I'm not seeing anything that resembles Pork Chop at all. Because it does list players by their in-game name. So maybe he's listed by his alt account, which is technically against NGS rules. And would need to fix that if that is just the case that it was an honest mistake. But could also change placements of the team. So that's an issue.
I guess we'll see what happens.
He's also a master in game, which raises questions as well of why you'd lose his alt account, because then it could be for the benefit of placements.
Well, sketchy.
Though neither team is currently that high in the standings. He's running a 54% rate in Masters. He's their Probius player too. Or a Probius player. Level 117 Probius.
Love a good Probius player. Actually, that's a lie. I hate Probius players. No offense to any Probius players.
Alright, Porkchop saying he changed his name as well. So, changing your name mid-season causes issues. Especially if someone on your team finds out that, oh, actually, it's someone from the other team who claimed that it was his Smurf. Also, I shouldn't be on a team.
Did you let your phone in?
Wipeout's claiming it's okay, but I'm not playing. If they want me to play, I'll play, but it's a little hard to cast and play. Alright, they're swapping me out. Alright, woo! That was close. That would have been an awkward draft for sure. I've played in Division 8. It's the only one I've played. He apparently spent 10. I thought name changes were 5. Your first one's free, but apparently this guy just likes changing his name.
I thought it was 10, but I've never changed the name, so I'm not sure.
I'm gonna quickly flash the game lobby here, so that way, instead of taking a screenshot, I have record of this chat. Real quick. Also, it gets rid of this black screen delay here, so we can take a peek here at the lobby stuff going on. Alright. So, now we have that. We're going back to this screen. You get stuck with my face and the bow tie. Alright, so... But he doesn't... That name isn't listed here.
Hmm.
There's no LFT. It's Confused Taco, Low Color Pony, Prayer, Ryukin, Ramen, Tony, and Fuchsia. Part of the reason that they're arguing this so far back and forth is Few Loose Screws did debate just taking the W and moving on with the day, because they can, because you didn't give them 24-hour warning on the off-roster sub, and they don't want to reschedule because it was already scheduled out. So they can, in fact, claim a free 2-0 victory here. They're trying to play the game, but I know some members of their team from Few Loose Screws would rather take the W.
Yeah, that's fair. No shame in that.
It is a tiebreaker game, so I mean, it kind of makes sense to take the W. But it'd be nice to play, especially because we're all here warming up. Going back and forth. Also, it's really hard, other than just repeating ourselves over and over, to talk about this lobby. So, Volskaya, you said they might have something planned. Do you think it's the Probius?
This probably... I don't know too much about Probius, because he's just sort of a meme hero who doesn't show up very often, but in theory, it should be a pretty decent...
Blizzard claims the highest win rate hero in the game since his release.
Yeah, once upon it, or yeah. I've also heard that strat. Generally, people are... No one likes to play Probius, and the people who do like to play Probius know how to play Probius, so...
The easiest way to tell who's ever played for the team. Alright, LFT Pork Chop. He has played with the team before. Can confirm he's played with them before.
Alright, we got a grudge man.
Alright, here, he wants the draft. We're at least starting the draft. Finish my message out here that he has, in fact, played before. I'm not even gonna message it anymore, actually. Never mind. It doesn't actually matter at this point. I've seen it. They know it. They can hash this out between the teams later. I'm sure it'll come down to who wins. Whether or not it's actually important. Teams are on the wrong side, so we'll swap that overlay around. Ana banned out by a Few Loose Screws here. Pretty solid ban, good sustain healing still.
Yeah, smart general ban. Ana's still very good. And the anti-heal is super annoying.
Actually, I can't even chat. I didn't realize observers can't chat in lobbies anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that last time. That is interesting.
Johanna banned out by Team Training Wheels. Pretty solid ban. Pretty tanky tank. Yeah. Good at sustaining stuff.
Generic, pretty high tier ban so far. Maya also very good on this map in particular. Warden's Cage can set up like not pseudo chokes, but artificial chokes in certain areas, and then Warden or Containment Disc, I think. Also, I think because he's played sometime.
Maiev currently for Team Training Wheels is 2-4, so they play it, but they haven't been having great success with it. Team Training Wheels,
she's a hard hero.
Team Training Wheels, who pick the map, are also only 2-2 on the map, so it's a pretty neutral map for them. There's Kira, as she is illegal this week, so Ragnarok picking that hero up. Excited to see how that goes.
Kira, I've been playing more Dota than Heroes of the Storm Wraith, which is sacrilege, I'm sure.
I've been playing League, so
that's we're an embarrassment.
I'm going to the League Summer Finals this weekend, so that's why, because I've been preparing for that. So,
but from what I've seen of Kira, she seems pretty good.
Yeah,
so her bug
fix brought her to a more appropriate power level, but still pretty good when you can have a self-ancestral at level 1 if you're able to put enough tags on people.
Pretty decent.
There's also Jaina Stukov picked up for Team Training Wheels. 2 solid picks.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Interesting to see them pick Stukov here instead of a tank, considering it looked like they were going for a tank. But I have to continue because we got the Tyrande Vala.
They're just looking to kill people from Fulu Screws here. Pretty
Yeah,
solid
their damage
gameplay.
is scary.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely scaling. Even early game, it's not bad at any point, really. Like, that's just a solid team right now. They will kill stuff for sure.
You could throw in.
Ban another tank here. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it's probably a tank ban. Garrosh. Garrosh is good, but Garrosh and the Jane is a little hard. Stukov as well with the W slow.
They
So I
left
don't know
a
if Garrosh
Diablo and a
is
noob.
the worst.
The two tanks that have free dives are both still
Yeah, I would
open.
be more worried of either of those two heroes. So,
Especially like the Nubarek right now.
Diablo.
Alright, Fearless is gonna be in Diablo. Maybe we'll see a tank Uther, my favorite tank right now. Could also be the tank Zul. Could be.
Probably be looking at the Medivh here if it is indeed the tanks.
It could also hide Medivh, take your another damage or something, or an offlane. It's the offlane pick here. So if they're gonna main tank the Zul, they're gonna last pick the Medivh then and hide the fact that it's main tank Zul, so you're not planning for it. Main tank Zul, when I look at main tank Zul, when I look to play it, I look for at least 3 melee coming out from the enemy team, and I just don't see it. They do technically have 3 melee, I guess. But Uther
You got the
plays.
double support Uther.
So
Main tank Zul?
main tank Zul versus main tank Uther.
And that explains the Garrosh ban. Garrosh very good into main tank Zul. Zul wants to sit up there and swing his little scythes, and Garrosh is just like, no, you're in my team now.
Pretty spicy.
And then
Neither team picking up any of their top 3 picks. So I don't have stats for any of these heroes, so I'm excited.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
I mean,
I'm hyped for the Kira, I'm hyped for the main tank / offlane Uther, I'm hyped for the main tank Zul. Double support on both sides?
main tank Deckard. Let's go. I theory crafted it. It's not good. Alright, we have Taco Cat.
And armor?
You get
Legendary.
20 at 16. Or 15.
Oh man, legendary tank.
Stukov being played by Taco Cat. Perosia playing the Jaina. Pork Chop on the Zul. LFT playing the Deckard. And Ramen on the Maphael.
And for other teams,
Fulu Screws.
Fulu Screws, we have Wipeout playing Uther Ragnarok on Kira, DK Salt on Blaze, Lompico on Tyrande, and Akash on Vala.
Let's take a quick peek, actually, at some of the old Fulu Screw games. Let's see if I can figure out what role. Ragnarok. Who's playing the Uther? It's Wipeout?
Wipeout. But he's the tank player, right?
Wipeout didn't play in that game. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out.
I think I remember from last time Wipeout was the tank player, last time we casted this.
Wipeout's the offlaner.
Oh, okay. So you might be seeing the main tank Blaze then.
I like it. Good choke points for main tank Blaze, for sure.
Yeah. I think main tank Blaze is generally pretty underrated.
This map and BOE are my 2 favorite maps for Blaze. Because there's just so many good choke points for him to oil up. We do have Q build coming out from Uther, pretty standard. Kira's going into her quote-unquote passive E build, or W build. It's a W, right? Yeah, W.
Yeah, I think it is.
So passive / W build. Because it's more of a passive than it is an actual active. Unstoppable from Blaze. Yeah, pretty standard talents all across the board. Shackler, which is the common talent, I feel like, for main tank Zul. More shielding is better.
Sure, I'd agree with that.
Both teams just standing here in the middle. There's the Mothael and the Kira gonna trade some damage back and forth. Mothael's getting pretty low here. He's gonna heal up a little bit. There comes the Blizzard as well. He's gonna get stunned out. He's still not falling though. Double healers are hard to kill. Zul's just gonna walk him. He doesn't have self-healing. He's already low though. That's a good route underneath that silence. Both teams taking a lot of damage, but both teams able to sustain a lot of damage because double support's back, baby. Kira's
double support. We're back in 2018.
Kira's gonna offlane here. Not too
HTC
bad.
is still going. We're releasing new heroes every month. I'm so excited that we're in double support meta.
I love double support meta.
Like
I also love I like how they're running both Uther and Blaze, so you still don't know which one's technically the main tank.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious. Yeah, I like double support meta too. It's fun when the fights run long. Like, I understand why they had to change it, but
I don't know. On it getting released, I think would have made it so like one team gets double support, one team doesn't. So yeah. I think that would have been a nice change up. I think that would have been enough, but because she was released right after Support Apocalypse and that was nerfed out. We do have Fulu Screws here, or Team Training Wheels. Sorry, Team Training Wheels, taking their turn camp. Both teams are taking it now.
And it looks like now that things have settled down, it is main tank Uther and on Flame Blade. Ooh, big invade. Huge invade, 5-man invade.
Zulroot going out on the vault. There comes the Stukov silence. There's the root, and that's actually a double kill. That was 4 members there cleaning up that turn camp. Gonna take that. Few loose screws with a solid invade there. As Ramen is gonna take some damage from the Kira. She's gonna dash back, but double root and the silence. Double root silence is standing pretty good right now. Few loose screws is gonna need that 16 from the Tirana to get the root cleanse going here on her Q.
Yeah, that'll definitely be helpful. That'll be does it cleanse roots or is it just slows and stuns and silences?
It doesn't do slows, I don't think. It doesn't do something, and I think it does. It does do roots though, because I think it's just.
I'm gonna bet on it's not root. I'm putting my money on the line. I'm putting my artificial pretend money on the line.
It might be not stuns. No, I think it's stun roots and silences.
I think it stuns roots and slows. Or stuns silences. I think that's what it is.
Just stuns and silences.
And slows as well, I believe. Because I picked it against Jaina. I've been like, okay, there's a Jaina I'm picking.
Yeah. Malthael going into Black Harvest here, maybe a passive build for the real log fights coming from him. W build from the Volo, which does seem to be the more popular build that I've been seeing. Full Q build from the Uther, so I would say technically main tank Uther, because that's now you're not queuing anyone but opponents now, really.
Yeah, it makes sense. I like Uther build, it's pretty good.
This is nice though. Double support's nice and slow. I don't feel like I have to rush in these team fights. As Malthael though is gonna get stun chained almost
so much damage.
He's gonna fall there as both teams go in. There's the root on the Uther, but he's not actually in the silence. There's the other Deckard root coming out. Yeah, it is. But it's hard to also die. Ariel would have been fantastic here for Few Loose Screws.
Yeah, it would have been.
With the
Stukov also getting a lot of value out of his low blow talent at level 1, dealing 100% more damage with his Ida Hero's Blow.
Blaze dashes in, and here comes the Kira. She's going to Q on the wall. There's the pings to get out of there. Taco Cat is left behind as he's trying to silence, but he only has the Blaze Kira on him, and Kira's damage can take some time. So there's the stun on Malthael. He's not careful. He'll go down a second time, but he's going to start backing up. Deckard comes out. It's going to land on the Vola. As that team backs off, Few Loose Screws getting out of there. 7 talents picked up for Team Training Wheels. I don't know why I keep dropping that name. Which gives Zul his big power spike of actually healing off of his W. But we have Deckard picking anti-heal as well, so that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, that's smart versus double support for sure.
Malthael getting massacre.
Yeah, red team did
Malthael's actually getting low again. He's down to 300 health. He's going to start getting healed up. 200 health. On the Vala, she's going to get the Uther Q, putting that on a 12-second cooldown. As level 7 talents are now picked up for Few Loose Screws, as they also have Cleanse Down. There's the Silence and Chaining CC on the Uther. He's going to fall. Man. There goes the Blaze. He's down to 200. He's going to fall down to the Jaina Blizzard as well. Here comes the Tirana. She's going to get slowed out, but there's no follow-up. Never mind, there's Deckard root to follow up. There's no damage follow-up to finish her off as well. Tronda Owl's going to scat out people on the objective. Ferocia is going to back on the Jaina and get that mana back up. Taco Cat still has the turret from that one, and he's going to hop right into the Protector. They can put both supports in here? Nope, they're going to put Zul plus Stukov inside of the Protector. They're going to start doing damage to this first wall in the mid-fort. Kira soaking bot, Blaze is going top. 3 people defending. We'd like to see him take them top, but they could also just try to shove this down since there are only 3. They're going to take a tower and just walk away. Pretty standard stuff there. Jaina's already clearing up to get the minions to push up. Blaze is going to dash out. Looks like they
might be setting their eye on top fountain to prepare for the next shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already dealing damage to it.
Until the 3rd objective, usually you just chain one objective to try to win the other by killing the fountain pretty early.
Yep, smart, safe strat. Not much you can do against it just because of how much health and armor the Protector has. Yeah. Getting a little dance out.
Few Loose Screws trailing behind by a whole level at this point. Could use a little 107 stacks though on Black Harvest. Seems pretty solid.
Amount of XP. Blaze finishing up new habits. That'll probably come in handy. Help them deal with Zul roots and Jaina slows.
Fatal Wounds is also finished as well, so that it's gonna do extra. It's gonna tick longer, an extra 2 seconds on her tick. As Kira and Malthael are just trading back and forth down here. Malthael is gonna blink out. He
big stun, big cleanse,
even bigger stun. That's dead Malthael as level 10 is picked up. We have shove. We have story time coming up from Deckard.
is split pushing top while red team has 5 members bottom, so they're totally gonna get this fort here.
They're gonna ping back even though no one was coming up. They don't realize their camp is being taken. We have Poison Nova from the Zul, normally seeing the skeleton mages instead. And it is last race.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the Poison Nova. Red team does have
good
2
for 20
single target heal.
Good for 20, but like slows are just good. There's D-Shield from the Uther. Would have loved to see a Divine Storm, Strafe Starfall, Combustion coming out from the Blaze though. That'll be exciting. So we basically have
Combustion.
We basically have 2 Poison Novas. We have Poison Nova Combustion.
Oh, is Kira gonna die? Oh man, she does.
Sorry.
What a world.
Missed that one, but she's gonna pick up Pearl. She is gonna take Final Strike. She seems to be the one that's becoming more popular. And it's Water Ellie from the Jaina for the longer fights. Probably because of Cleanse, D-Shield, and then Charonda can cleanse the root. I'm still sticking by that till we get to that level. As we have an event coming out.
Pick it. It's a level 7 talent. She didn't pick it, so we'll
it's 13.
Never know. Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's a level 7 talent.
I could have sworn it was 13. She did take Spell Armor for the Jaina Purse.
I think that competes with the thing. Yeah, I guess that's, well, I don't know. There's a lot of slows here. I still would have taken the Cleanse. But we have Uther Cleanse. So.
We have the Zul. He's going to fall down. That was Combustion, but it wasn't fully charged just yet. Sukov tried to shove him out in time, but wasn't quite quick enough on that trigger finger.
Yeah, Training Wheels had a lot of the early momentum, but they're slowly losing it as their team is getting picked off more and more.
They're trying to trade out the best they can, though. They're doing a good job of doing map
rotations.
rotations.
Here, I think.
They
might even get this fountain.
Tower, mid-gate. Nothing else just yet. We do have Deckard hiding behind. We have 2 turns on one side, a turn and a heal camp. As they find the Malthael, he's going to dodge the Toronto Stun with a good blink, though.
And the Q-Quest done. He's super slow.
Yeah, he is. He's blinking back in. That's a good silence, though. It's going to kill off the Vala. The root going out onto Wipeout's Uther. He didn't take the level 7 that gives him 3 Qs in under 6 seconds, so he's going to fall down. As the Blaze is now getting rooted out, Toronto's getting slowed. Blaze is going to get silent or slept here by the Deckard. 200 health on him. Nope, he's going to fall. That's 300 health on the Toronto as she gets out. That's 3 man down for a few loose screws. Kira's in the bottom lane soaking that up. Trying to catch up
getting
13.
A ton of value in these fights at a low blow. He's just getting so much E damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry too much about having to keep up and healing because, like, the Deckard's there.
Yeah, Zukov's kind of like a mage here, just throwing out his W's and his E's, just like a CC mage.
Yeah, it hungers, so he's just going like full silence build here. It is Rapid Harvest from the Zul. I personally prefer the Executioner because you get crit healing as well. But the attack speed, is not bad by any means. We have a nice line of Mega Potions, Super Potions. As there's the Uther Sun on the Deckard, but there's going to be the Zul root in response. There's going to be a big combustion almost. I think it actually looked like it was interrupted at the last second there. Kira's in the back line. Double turret down. Ragnar's taking a lot of damage from that. He's going to have to get out. He's going to die to the Malthael ult there. Blaze is going to get stuck inside the Blizzard. There's another root from the Deckard. No. The silence is going to hit both supports. There goes the Charonda. There goes the sleep onto Uther. He's down to 7 health. Nope, he's just gone down. Also, thanks for the raid, Ziltoid, with your party of 11.
The CC changer is just so much to keep up with.
It's
really hard. Uther keeps getting caught in a lot of them. Like, Uther keeps getting caught very early in the fights when he really needs to be there to cleanse those CCs.
Yeah,
which is especially, he's main tank Uther, so he has to be there, but...
No.
It is hard. Maybe he's just gotta, like, de-shield himself as soon as he sees the root come out, because the root followed up with the Stukov silence, followed up with Jaina damage and Malthael damage.
De-shield himself, silence another, get everyone out of there the best you can. It's definitely punishing very hard as they are going to move this protector down, take bottom well. Team Training Wheels looking pretty solid right now, honestly, running some, what some people would consider a meme, as there's no one with a health bar that large on their team. As they are picking up the 16 advantage right as, shortly after a few loose screws picks up their 13s. It's Blessed Champion from the Uther, so that might help out some. Not needing to actually cast something to get the AoE heal. It is also Gloom from the Vala, so some more spell armor coming out from them.
Yeah, there's a lot of spell damage here, so hopefully that'll keep her alive a little bit longer. We do also have Death Dealer at 7 for Vala instead of the Grenadier, or I don't know.
Whatever the
talent is.
Yeah,
so not full W build, sort of a hybrid build here.
Just kind of a finishing off target. As there, here comes the invade. Down 16 talents. They don't have Kira, so Fulu Screws is just gonna back out right now.
Yeah, interestingly, Kira has been the macro hero this game instead of Blaze, so it looks like they've sort of altered their strategy to have the double sword Vala with Blaze and Uther and Tyrande in the 4-man and Kira offlaning. She seemed to be a pretty competent offlaner with the self-heal and all the infinite damage that she has. But she hasn't really been able to pop off and team
slow on the wave though.
Yeah, it's not as fast.
They're dropping the support camp, but no one's going to quite pick it up. They're going to move in on Ragnarok here, but they're not going to be able to get him. His passive, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Malthael doesn't have cold hand either, so...
Fulu Screws is going to trade out for the bottom turret, though, so...
That's smart. They're not going to get...
Yeah, both teams are doing a good job of getting something when the other team's pushing an advantage, so it's never that bad. We do have Root from Jaina, so more CC now. Amplified damage coming out from the Zool. Scroll of Stone Curse.
Scary.
Scroll of...
That's definitely going to be a big fact. Along with Scroll of Stone Curse.
Yeah, that's...
Decker's been getting huge roots, so that's just good. They've suddenly turned into a very bursty team.
Yeah. For a double support team, it's gonna look almost like 5 mages running at you.
Yeah.
Even though he took... Oh, I don't know how I feel about those Malthael build. He took passive at 4 for the quest for extra duration, but doesn't take the bonus damage at 16. Not that they really needed it, because they kill pretty quickly as is. 16's now being picked up for few loose screws. We do have... What is Kira? She's taking Booming Kick, increasing that stun duration, Benediction, Juggernaut Plating. I just... Darn it, Archery from the... Oh, there goes the cleanse though. Silence as well, but might need the D-Shield on this Tyrande. There's the D-Shield. I'm gonna block out the Malthael ult as Big Combustion comes out from DK's Salt there. They're still on their back foot here as the Ice Block quest is complete. Kira's in the backline as well. Their Uther falls down. Vala's gonna look to drop here soon, potentially 150 health on her. She's actually gonna get out with the help of spooky Uther there. Ragnarok's still trying to back out though from this Decker-Jaina combination that's gonna slow him and rue him to death. There comes the Blizzard, but he's gonna dodge it with the E ability. There's the silence though, that's gonna make him fall. DK Salt was trying to rush down there. Seething Hatred too, so spell power coming up from Vala, trying to match some of this burst.
Yeah, her W's will start hitting hard if she gets max stack. But yeah, that fight was almost not so bad, and then Kira got caught out. I mean, she didn't really have anywhere to go. But...
We haven't seen her ult yet dropped either.
Yeah, I think that's true.
She hasn't been in most of these fights, so she hasn't really had a chance.
Yeah.
Stukov doing the big heal there, and just gonna looked like he ancestral to Zool. Denarceri's archery though is like still the talent I want to look at.
Yeah, Dardansian's weird. There's usually, I think it's Harsh Moonlight or the
they're pushing,
other Sentinel talent at 16.
Like, it makes her a really good ranged assassin. Like, she can keep up with the Vala now and damage in these teamfights, but, like, the issue is your teamfights aren't lasting long enough for your Vala to do any damage. How do you expect the Tyrande to scale up in time?
Yeah, plus there isn't a traditional tank for you to use autos again, so it'll be sort of hard to sit there and auto anybody. Oh, this is a smart move by Training Rails backing off to get level 20 and also an item advantage.
They also have the top camp pushing in, so like that's pretty solid. As they get invaded here, and that's the shove gonna go out in the combustion. They're gonna potentially pick up the Malthael down. He's gonna get a big heal off as well, though. Huge heal as both teams start dropping. Well, one team starts dropping. As there goes the Blaze, there goes the Malthael. I'm sorry, Tyrande getting pretty low, but she's slowed. She gets a stun down on Jaina, but is it gonna be enough as Deckard Stukov
Malthael has returned, by the way.
Yes, he has. They're just gonna go end, actually.
Yeah,
they're gonna go top lane and look to potentially end here soon.
That looked like a really good fight for Red Team there for a second. They were fighting kind of before 20, and they almost picked the Malthael, but Deckard Cain had an enormous sleep into Scroll of Stone Curse route, just chunked them all down. Followed up with the Stukov silence, and not even to mention like the Jaina and Zol damage.
Nothing crazy in terms of 20. They could have tried to use this opportunity to boost something or pick something weird. Malthael needing his 20 revive though. As no, they're not gonna have enough time to pop out here and stop this.
That's super over.
Yeah. Man, that was exciting though. Like the comps were just so unique. I loved it. I loved it.
Good game.
It was a slow enough one that I didn't feel bad for like talking slow. There's not a whole lot, even though the fights were quick, they weren't overly crazy. We take a look at hero damage here. Malthael topping that chart, and actually hero damage, damage taken, and XP. So it was tank Mothail in the off lane apparently.
Yeah.
Actually, out of interest, who took Mothail, Blaze, then Zul, Kira, then Uther? So Uther actually pretty low. So you almost have to classify him as support Uther at that point.
Yeah, I was expecting Malthael to die. He did die the most on his team, which is to be expected, but I expected him to die way more and get way less. So he got a lot of value out of his level 13 talent with the Ethereal Existence physical. He was almost untouchable.
Uther also set at the bottom of the damage chart, and I don't know. I've been playing a lot of main tank Uther, and I usually can push around 35, which would tie him with the Jaina. So I'm a little surprised to see him that low. Maybe he wasn't able to Holy Shock as often, because he was forced to heal possible. More.
Yeah, there was a lot of opportunities where he really needed to be healing a lot. But yeah, the armor came into value, but it is hard to step up into Zul and Jaina, even like Malthael very good into Uther, so it does make sense he wasn't able to get that much value out of it.
Yeah, very interesting game. We have main tank Zul versus main tank Blaze, maybe Uther. Like, it was really hard to tell. But man, main tank Zul's team comp looked like it was just coming out as 5 mages almost. It was quick team fights for sure.
Yeah, it was brutal. There were a couple points where they were showing weakness. They got picked off a couple times, and then that top fight that almost turned around. So they were definitely not unbeatable there for a little while, but they played that comp pretty tight.
Sure,
forced training or forced the red team to do things that they didn't want to do, like offlane Kira and a couple other things that weren't so great for them.
Both teams doing a good job of trading, like not necessarily hero kills, but like trading objectives. Like one team would go for a fort, and then you'd go invade their camp in the bottom lane, or something like that, or and that was get a kill, try to get a fort or something on the opposite side. So both teams playing good macro. Would love to see potentially a bigger map and then like more traditional offlaner coming out from Fuel Screws. I think that could be a big way for them to fix that up and clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see how they what their approach is in game 2. Maybe they do want to focus more on the macro stuff, since that seems to be not that micro isn't their strong suit. A lot of those fights are really close. Just that level advantage is really hard to make up.
Alright, I do see that at least Wipeout's joined the lobby, so we're going to join on him and find out where we're going here. We're going to Dragonshire, in fact.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that is a more macro-heavy map, so maybe that is their plan.
It looks like Wipeout, which was Fuel Screws, picked the map. So they must have something in mind here. Maybe we'll see a Task Tracer, which is like my favorite Dragonshire comp to run.
Task Tracer is pretty nasty.
Yeah, you just throw it in the top lane, just say, take that fort, we'll see you at 16. And you just march down. Like, you don't need any dragons. You just get 16, walk down a lane with 5 people, and then you just keep going until you get wiped, and then you go again.
Yep.
And generally you don't get wiped, because at that point you're Tracer and Tassar at 16. Tassar was my most played hero last season in Storm League, and 78% win rate across like 15 games.
So I wish I had the gusto to play Tassar. He is really fun.
The way I got
Force Ball or Archon?
Archon every time.
Disappointed.
I'm a if we don't win by 20, I'll just force my team to win kind of player.
I mean that is, I guess, Twilight Archon does say that. However, Infinite Force Wall also kind of does that a little bit, so.
Always up Force Wall is pretty ridiculous. Actually, it looks, oh no, they're gonna keep the teams on the same side, so they swapped some things around there. Tassar, like, super underrated. I was solo, like, I just woke up one day, I was like, I'm gonna play Tassar today. It was a Sunday, so I hopped on and I just started solo queuing quick match with Tassar. And I went 4-1 on my first time playing Tassar in months. And
yeah, he's a pretty good hero. I do like him.
Yeah, like in an Ana meta especially, like, goes crazy good because you're like, yeah, my team can't heal, but like, here's double your health anyways. Like, it doesn't count. Like, you can't anti-heal a shield.
That's true.
And then you get Archon, you can just like carry it down entire lanes, and you're just like, yeah, we're gonna win now.
This is my win the game button. I press it when I want to win the game.
25. We get 20, and hopefully my 2-minute cooldown's up, and then I press it, and then we win the game. That'd be a crazy 20 though. Just someone with a 20 that just says destroy your enemy's core. I always imagine, like, what if you gave a hero, like, their passive was you get your level 20 at, like, level 25, but that was their only level 20 option?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like, something where, like, you get it later than 20, because 20 is too easy to get consistently. But then, like, you get it and you just win. Like a level 30 talent. The dream stalls to 30.
That would be interesting. I remember I had a dream once where there were level 30 talents in HOT. I don't remember any more specifics, but I remember.
I wouldn't mind them adding 30 talents. Like, you never get to them, but, like, they're there. Something that you could always dream about getting to. The versus AI XP people could always go for them.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would not mind seeing that.
Even if they were, like, silly, like, stupidly overpowered, like, they would have to be 10 levels above 20.
Absolutely, it would be.
Like, the distance would be phenomenal. Like, maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what you'd add besides, like, just instant win buttons.
Like, global siege mode for Hammer. Freaking, like, quintuple the range of Jaina's abilities.
I feel like for,
Blizzard is map wide. It's a literal blizzard across the whole map.
It's one wave of Blizzard, but it's the entire map, so your passive just gets applied to everything.
Be pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if that'd be as game breaking though. I don't know, for Hammer, I would probably just go like BFG hits buildings again. Like that's her 30. Like, here's the timer on the game for you.
At that point you really need it.
I used to love the Hammer style of get 20, then just turtle till you win.
Oh, it was so gross. Especially there were a couple maps where I think you could hit all 3 keeps with 1 orb.
Well, the
more
important part was just hitting core on the shortest path you could.
That's true. I think at one point you used to keep the shield down consistently, but I think towards the end.
For some maps it would only keep the shield from ever respawning, and other maps it would actually damage the core.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
I think it's like Tomb and a couple of those really tiny maps. It was short enough that you could, if you put it on the short path across the map instead of the long path, you could get it fast enough and often enough it was due like 2% every 15 seconds.
That's pretty nuts. I don't think I ever saw that. That's wild.
Nope. I did, because for like a month I was convinced it was the most broken thing in the game. It was just spamming Hammer.
It probably was.
It's sad.
Although, do you remember back when like promote was a thing? It was old Azmodan, and I think it was either promote test. Oh no, it was old Kala's Embrace Tassadar with the permanent shield. And Demonic Invasion Azmodan, back when those minions used to respawn or never respawn, there was the bug where the Kala's Embrace shield, if you put it on an Azmodan Demonic Invasion minion, the minion would never die. So you could have one minion literally run it to core, and you could not kill the minion.
I didn't play for that. That sounds so fun. Both teams are waiting for the final R. We got an R from one team, we're waiting for the R from the other. And then there it is. So we're about to start draft, so we'll start talking about this match again. Dragonshire. So besides Task Tracer, what else are we looking for here?
Global's generally pretty strong. Heroes like the Haka, heroes like False. I think Brightwing's a little underrated right now. Polymorph is pretty impactful. So I could see a Brightwing. Could see a Brightwing in the double support again. Double support Brightwing isn't as good as she used to be now that she's had her rework, but still an option.
Could see main tank Uther.
Could. Main tank Zool also. This is a good main tank Zool map.
Yeah, Uther's really good at engaging from bushes, and so you just stand it. Like, you take bottom objective, and then you just stand in the aggro bush until they try to walk in and take it. Then you kill them because they're stunned and they're dead.
Yep.
Junkrat's really good on this map too. Good at zoning out. We see the Garrosh ban here, so potentially the main tank Zool gonna come out again from Team Training Wheels. Possible.
Loose Screws might just want to straight up ban it because of how. I don't know if Zool was necessarily the deciding factor in the last game, but it was pretty annoying. So
I feel like you can let Zool through, but you have to ban out either the Stukov or Deckard or both. They're gonna ban out the Kira here from Few Loose Screws. They think that's super strong.
Yeah, she is a good hero. I think last game it might have been a combination of Ragnarok not necessarily being like insanely comfortable on the hero, because it is sort of surprising that they let it through considering how good she is. And then also just sort of the weird double support matchup where maybe he wasn't super
I think
ready
he
to
could
play
run
in
it. I think he would have to swap Blaze the offlane, or you go Holy Fire on Uther and let him go there. There's the Johanna ban. Team Training Wheels really like to ban out the tanks and then pick something spicy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go into the Zul again. They banned the Maiev. I really feel like they had to ban either Stukov, Deckard, or both. There's the Ana pickup, snap picked from Team Training Wheels. I'm expecting double support. I'm expecting the main tank Zul again from them.
Yeah, possible. Ana pretty good with main tank Zul as well.
You can shut down main tank Zul if you just blind him, though. There's the ETC. Could be offlane with Stage Dive, could be 4-man with Mosh. Or Stage Dive, really. Pretty solid
offlane
tank.
Pretty good these days, I think. I think he's better as a main tank, but offlane
There's
ETC is not.
Kael'thas. Kael'thas can poke, he can punish AoE pretty well. Not too bad here. Generally considered more for a low tier players. Gold Silver tend to complain about Kael'thas a lot.
That is the meme, yeah, that's true.
But, I mean, his maximum value is always determined by your opponents, but when they're forced to fight in the Dragonshire objective, it can be pretty bad. There's the Mothel, and there's the Probius coming up from Pork Chop. Probius. Alright, so is Probius mid-bot, or is he gonna be the offlane of Mothel's mid-bot?
I have no idea. We'll find out. I'm just as curious as you are.
Alright.
I don't know what they're gonna run him as. His wave clear is kind of nuts, but his solo lane potential is pretty decent. Although I don't know how he breaks ETC. I feel like ETC just doesn't care about anything Probius does with all his armor and health regen.
Diablo banned out, so they still haven't banned the Deckard, the Stukov, or the Zul. So they must have a plan.
The Stukov may have been the deciding factor in the last game. I probably would have banned him personally.
Yeah, I feel like you had to ban one of the three. I don't think you needed to ban more than one, but I feel like you had
support, like, there would be hyper carry Probius or hyper carry Malthael if they do double support here, so...
Well, you have support and pick. You can main tank something. You can, like, main tank the Uther. You can main tank the Uther.
Yeah, it would have to be Uther again. Yeah. But then they can't pick Stukov, so it's probably...
I mean, you could. Stukov looked like a damaged character last game.
That's true, yeah.
Like, by no means. Like, if there's rooted silence, Probius has time to, like, set up and just burst people down with his orbs. Few loose screws, though, having the pick here. They're gonna go Kerrigan Kerrigan. They're saying, if you're gonna pick these squishy backliners, we're gonna dive them. Kerrigan has been played before, but I don't have the stats on it. Probius, though, is 3-0 for Team Training Wheels. I did actually look at that stat.
Monk is a personal favorite Probius counter of mine.
I like Illidan.
His dive is really strong. Illidan's okay. Yeah, that's true.
There's Morales Volo. They again have no traditional tech. I don't even know what main tank's on that team. Like, is it main tank Mothel?
Yeah, it's a pretty meme comp.
There's the Chen. So Fuelusku is gonna go more traditional than they did last game with a hyper dive comp with the Kael'thas in the back to poke him down. Team Training Wheels. I don't even know what to call this, honestly.
This is sort of a meme team. I don't think, assuming loose screws can execute their team, which based on prior performance they definitely can, because they did get rolled a little bit in the last game, but they're definitely a competent team, so I bet they could pull this off. And assuming they can, like, this game should be over in 10 minutes. I do not see this meme team working out very well.
I could see this going to 10 and then it swinging one way, but I don't. Yeah, again, it's gonna be hard on Team Training Wheels here.
How do they step up on a shrine? Like,
slowly.
I don't understand. This is either gonna be like the weirdest juice pirates in the world, or
they could. Like, Probius could just set up.
Really
Probius sets up his stuff to tank for him. Anyways,
Taco has no siege. Yeah, I don't know.
Taco Cat playing the Ana. LFT playing Morales. Pork Chop on his Probius. Ferocia on the Vala, and Ramen on the Mothael.
For loose screws, we got Wipeout playing Kerrigan, Akash on Kael'thas, Ragnarok on Chen, Lompico on Karazim, and DK Salt on ET.
As we're loading in here, we are going to see Grenade build from the Ana, Pale Horse from the Mothael. It is Iron Fist from the Karazim, pretty traditional, just hyper kill dive comps coming out with the bonus damage from your assassin. Hot Pursuit still from the Vala, Fury of the Storm Kerrigan. So no spicy talent picks so far. Interesting to see what Probius goes. Kadia's feedback on the Morales, making her a little bit safer, some good sustain there in the lane. Block Party from the ETC. Kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, it shuts down the ball actually completely.
Precious
I was gonna say,
ingredients
I don't really
though
like that
from the
pick.
Chen.
Ooh,
It is going to be
I
turret build
don't
coming
like
out from the
that.
Probius, it looks like, as he's going to start setting up here in the mid lane. Trying to claim that Bermuda as DK, so it's going to take some Mothail damage here. I feel like, alright, there goes the power slide onto 2. There goes the Chen. They're trying to dive the Volley, but she's being healed by Mothail, or Morales, but it might not be enough, as she's actually going to flip bomb into the healers there. Raman's still low and still in there. He's going to end up dying here. As Few Loose Screws looks to just take this game.
Yeah, they're playing it. I mean, they're playing it pretty aggro. They're gonna have to.
Yeah, you have to dive the comp. They'll out-sustain you all day, but they're not going to sustain 5 people jumping them like that at any point. I'm still interested to see how fresh this ingredients turns out. They're going to run Morales Vola top, similar to the Task Tracer style, I guess.
You're not gonna break that top lane. I don't think it's as impactful as Task Tracer, but you're not breaking that top lane.
We have Karazim trying to soak from the bushes here as the Kerrigan's picking up the siege camp here with the help of the Kael'thas who's showing up. But Raman and Ana are just going to go straight for the bottom bruiser camp here. Pretty aggressive play, but it's going to pay off. It doesn't look like Few Loose Screws at all is going to pick this out here.
They do probably... Oh,
but they're going to go and take the enemy siege camp. Sometimes taking that back camp there gets a lot of early pressure on that. No one from either team's ready to take bottom objective.
Monk stalls this for a little while. He already used his heal. Oh, is he just gonna die here?
Yep.
Oh, that's not great.
Carrion and...
Although they do get the double kill off this, I think. I don't see how Ana or Malthael get out.
I don't see how Ana... She's taking tower shot, but she might. Probius is there now.
Split focus.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kerrigan's actually might drop here. He's gonna drop to Malthael.
Oh, it's a disaster.
Oh, that backfired. DK Salt's gonna try to push Taco Cat off, but Probius is gonna start working on pushing him off. His level 4 talent advantage is gonna go over to TTW.
I think they're a little tilted from the last game.
I think so. They were playing too aggressive there. Malthael's out of mana. He might end up dying, but Probius might also pick up the DK, as DK Salt's going to try to pick and deny the DK from Probius, and he will in fact do that, as we now have level 4s picked up for Few Loose Screws. Any spicy... We're going to see Q build starting to come out. Crowd Surfer. ETC is going to start going over walls here. He needs to make sure he doesn't go over gates at any point. But other than that, he'll be okay. As in fact, Malthael's just... Yeah, he's just going to die here. Ana going to get power slide. Does he have the W to knock her back? He does not seem to have the W available to knock her back into his team.
Yeah, ETC's playing real hard here. You can tell he wants these kills.
ETCs can hard carry. If they're... on this map especially, I've seen it with Roll 1 Esports. They've their ETC player, real good. Real good on this map, I've seen.
Yeah, he's a good hero.
Auto attack Vola probably for the Stim Drone coming out later.
The Crowd Surfer is interesting. This top lane is so bizarre. I feel like we're not talking about that enough.
There's nothing going on though. Ragnarok's doing a good job of just playing safe behind the wall. He's lost the tower, but like he'll probably end up losing his whole wall before he gets a rotation. But like he'll be fine. Like he's not gonna die to that comp too easily. Task Tracer would definitely be pushing a lot more aggro. Probius gets power slid. He's gonna get gravity lapse as well. He's just gonna go down. Raman's gonna pick up a living bomb from him on his way out. But he's going to walk down to the Ana, and that's going to be A-okay for him. And he's got the blink option, but he's going to get power slid knocked back in. He's still taking a lot of damage. He's, in fact, going to fall down as DK Salt's picking up another kill for his team.
Yeah, they're back in it. They're detilted. They know what they're doing.
Or they're more tilted. They're playing angry, but angry. Good. They're playing a good angry here. You just run at your opponents because you know you can kill them and you're going to. Elusive Brawler picked up for Chen, so he's going to have a little bit more power in that top lane now. With the ability to get evasion for a little bit.
Yeah, Vola Morales took that whole front wall, but Chen's getting EXP, so I guess it's fine.
Physical therapy, so they can remove slows now. And the passive quest picked up again by the Mothael. Probius is going to start taking the Bruiser Camp here, using his turn to tank a little bit. Meanwhile,
this is such a weird comp.
It's hard to know what to look for. Like normally, you know, like Chen's on Morales there, but is that important to watch? Is he actually gonna get anything done? Is it more important to watch a few loose screws siege in here? I think they should definitely commit for it and just keep sieging. But like you have numbers advantage permanently unless Morales or Vola leave, and if they do, Ragnarok can kill the other one. Chen's
would probably just be double soaking here. I think he didn't go the kick or the auto attack talent at once, so I think that makes
Sun Fury enhancement from the Kael'thas. Alright. We don't have Q build or living bomb build, instead we have auto attack build from Kael'thas.
I mean, that's kind of more single target, I guess.
Yeah, just kind
So
of
why
Probius
not?
is gonna take some damage there.
Usually I would say that's a very weird pick, but you know, he's not going to get any value out of Burn Fly.
They need to
There's not really
rotate.
anyone to spread bomb.
There goes the top fort. That Bruiser Camp not getting responded to quite enough there. ETC's going to start taking bot. They're also going to try to kill Mothale and not going to finish channeling on the objective, but Kerrigan's there to babysit, so it should be okay. Raman's still just getting pocket healed by Taco Cat here on this Ana. And Ana's an easy, like, if you're able to pocket heal someone, like, you're going to get tremendous value. As they're not able to knight fast enough as Kerrigan's going to drop down. Morales is actually in the Dragon Knight now. And that's going to be, 10's going to be picked up very soon here for Team Training Wheels. In fact, they have 10s now. We have Simjun, we have Nano Boost, they have the Execute, Last Rites, they have Pylon Overcharger and Rain of Vengeance this time around. Nano Boosted and Simdrone Vala will kill anything very fast.
This is where Training Wheels wanted to get to. They wanted to get level 10. Their comp is,
I feel like
let's just say if I saw the enemy pick this comp in Hero League, I would instantly assume I'm losing that game. Just obnoxious.
They're gonna try to catch out Ramen here though, because he was in that bush. They're actually gonna catch Taco Cat on the Ana. That means they don't have. Yeah, and he's gonna kill the. It's Pyroblast though coming out on him at the last second. There's the single target Mosh Pit to finish him off. They got the wall here. They got the wall. They got a fort, a wall. They're pretty solid ahead. I think 10s is the big power spike though that Team Few Loose Screws has been looking for here.
Panda Pals is going to be insanely oppressive. Like Chen could just kill anyone he wants with Panda Pal.
Mosh Pit can do it too. They have like Vala ult and they have Sleep Dart and that's it.
That's it.
Grenade too. Yeah, Grenade. Which doesn't help if Morales is in the Dragon. But you have Palm coming out now to save targets from the Mothale ult. You have Ultralist for an extra stun. DK Salt is actually not scouted there. They scouted everyone else, but not him. That's the big power slide there. There's a Stim Drone going out on someone. I can't even tell who's down. Pork Chop, though, is going to fall down on Probius there.
That's one of those awkward vision things. He must have been like a pixel out of vision.
Yeah. He's there again. There's the Sim Drone this time. Must have been interrupted. In fact, Vala's just going to shred DK Salt here. There goes the Palm. He's going to end up getting it proc there. He's going to quickly heal up to half. There's the Nano Boost on the Mothale at the same time. Meanwhile, Panda Pal is in the backline trying to find something there, but not quite able to secure anything. But he's going to start moving out as well.
Yeah, I think Ragnarok may have empowered the Fire Spirit instead of the Earth. So that may have cost him that kill.
It empowers all of them. Oh, no, you're talking about which one. Yeah. I do feel like fire is just ridiculous to be empowered.
It is a lot of damage, but the root, I think, is really impactful. Just sort of gives you, I think, more effective DPS if you can lock them down. However, I have not played as much of the new gen as I have the old gen, so I might be wrong on that.
Same. I do feel like just the extra DPS, though, is ridiculous. If you can stick on top of them. I think that's the big caveat of when you swap them. Globequest picked, finished for Kilthos already. 2 stacks on Last Rites, that's important to know. We're kind of at a lull here until 13. Actually, Morales and Vala went back top. They're just going to do that thing again. 13 talents now picked up for Team Training Wheels. As what are we getting here? We're getting unstoppable for Mothale.
Scary.
Yeah, he's just going in.
Really great.
It's hard to deal with him with a pocket healer. There's the Nano Boost now. He's going to get even more healing.
They just did. Alright, well, that's a waste of the Nano Boost, so that's good.
EMP grenade.
Oh, what are they doing?
Mothale is going out on Last Rites though, but it's the Palm. He's going to end up falling down as they pop the Ultralist to trade in for him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Shield battery from the Probius. They're going to have a little extra tankiness. So it's the stun armor from the Ana as well. In the top lane, we do have Chen trying to channel that in the top lane there. But, I mean, he has... Oh, he's got Panda Pals. There goes the Stim Drone. There's the stun as well, but he's trying to kill the Morales as fast as he can.
I think he gets it.
If he kills the Morales, like, he definitely can take this fight up here. There's one Panda Pal down. There's the second. But he's going to time it out just in time. He can still get the Morales 170 health, 180 health. She's going to start ticking down. He's going to fall. Randers has help from his allies, and they're going to kill the Vault. They're even going to waste the Mosh Pit on nobody. Panda Pal power.
That's a power move. You don't need that Mosh Pit. You're asserting dominance. You're just dancing on their grave. Playing a little song.
Taco Cat in the bot lane is going to cap that, so they're not able to get a DK yet. But we have Chrysalis coming out from the Kerrigan. We have Pyromaniac. They're going to try to kill the Mothale. He's going to dodge the Kerrigan. Spike, he's going to keep
Kerrigan's
dancing
so
around
much
here.
damage.
He is. He got down to 400 health, but he's going to get out because able to dodge
Oh,
all these
Ana.
skill shots. Ana getting caught out. She dodges the gravity lapse, though. She's going to be just so fine. Okay, we have Quicksilver coming out from the Kerrigan for more movement speed. They're going to use the Probius ult here to try to burn Kerrigan, but it's not going to be nearly quick enough damage. They're going to kill both the pylons relatively quick, and that's a 15-second cooldown. There it is,
Kerrigan.
though, coming out. They need to keep someone down here, or Probius is just going to walk out and deny this as soon as he realizes it. Ana's going to get picked off by the Kerrigan, though. Kerrigan power in the top lane. We have the Morales Vola back up there. They're going to take it 18 seconds still on Panda Pals before he'll be able to take that fight.
Yeah, Kerrigan with the heads-up talent pick, it's usually pretty common, but Boundless pretty solid for single target damage is what they really need to kill that Malthael consistently.
They finished the
Boundless for
bot
you with
wall
the
now.
Chrysalis to stop the blast rights is going to be pretty good.
Ragnarok's still trying to finish up clear, but they're chasing the Malthael. He's got super far out. He's
Oh,
getting a
he's
power
dead.
sled, gravity
Crowd
lapse.
slider.
There he goes. He's still just gonna start diving. No, he is gonna fall there though. Ragnarok though is going on the Vola Morales again. He pops the Panda Pals. He's gonna root the Morales here. There's the
Kerrigan's
Kerrigan
here.
here this time. That's gonna be a quicker death for the Morales there.
Ooh, Vala doesn't get out here either.
Vala gets cut out by the ETC. Power slide.
Big
Does he have the
slide?
W to knock her back?
He used it
He's
already.
body blocking pretty well right now, but he doesn't get off the W
Close.
in time. Meanwhile, though, both
Oh, Chen's going in!
Chen's over!
Chen,
Chen has no
no.
healing. Chen has no dive. He has no Panda Palace. He's gonna get out.
Oh, that's
Divine
an
Palm
early
was a
fall.
little early.
No way.
He goes down.
Chen
Probius.
kills Chen. Tragedy.
Suicide's never the option here, guys. DK Salt's gonna try to take the objective from Probius. Kael'thas is taking the top one.
Ooh, that's not.
He's gonna have to use. Yep, there's the power slide
That's
over the
what I'm
wall, though. Coming in important here. Ignite coming out from Kael'thas for the more DPS there. Karazim just taking a huge chunk of his health from the Probius here. Probius doing a good job of just kind of maintaining this point by not actually doing it. Malthael
this
gets
is-
nano boost and he's gonna go in. Power slide on the ETC.
This
He
is
needs
not
to,
where
he
you
knows
wanna
he needs to
be.
get out.
Where's the
Karazim,
Chrysalis?
Chrysalis
Ooh.
is gonna cleanse out the Malthael.
That was-
Oh, good interaction option there. She's gonna pop
That
out
was,
now at
like,
half health, but
frame perfect.
Vala ult's gonna chunk her for like half her health, it looked like. And now we have Morales in the top lane, who's just going to cap that off. Raman's going to go for the bottom cap, and Probius is going to take the DK. Wow! Not how I
That-
thought this game was going to be going at all.
That is an unfortunate turn for Loose Screw.
Few
This is not looking great.
Loose Screws just needs to group and just shove as 5, I feel like. I feel like they win the 5, but like they're just getting separated and picked off right now. Like when there's no objective right now on this bot, like going on after this DK defense,
Yeah, they're just gonna start taking.
just
structure.
shove. Just shove as 5 until you win. Like, just try your best to do it. That's your best option there. There's Syndrome and Vol. They're just gonna start shredding here. As they're also gonna start passing living bombs down as well. There goes the Ignite. She's gonna pass it off though. It looks like, yeah, to 2. Living bomb value. If he committed to it earlier, it might have been. It would do a lot more damage right now than what.
Yeah.
Mosh Pit is available, so they do need to be aware of that. Is they are super grouped here. There's the Palm though knocking out the Malthael ult again. DK Soul's pretty low on this ETC. There's the Pyroblast trying to chunk the Malthael, but they can't kill him. He's still going. He's still at like full health here with the Ana backing him up. Meanwhile, Panda Pal's in the back trying to deal with Vala and Morales. They're super split. Morales is going to go down here, but now what do they do with the Vala? Panda Pal's still got a lot of chunk here, but they're taking damage on their core. 90% on core. Meanwhile, the Vala, there's the quest completion for Probius. Taco Cat, Ramen, and Pork Chop just going on here. Vala's gonna kill off the Chen in the back. Kael'thas is left by himself to defend against 4. But they're not. He's not gonna be able to do this. There's no way he defends this. That's just
it.
GG. That's a 2-0.
That's just the end of the video game.
That is just a solid
Well,
2-0 from Team Training Wheels there. Pulling out the memes.
Dream Team reigns supreme.
Wow. What a games. What a series, honestly. That was exciting. Oh,
It would say what you will. That series was very exciting.
Malthael did the most healing that game for his team. In a team with 2
That's why.
supports, Malthael's did the most healing.
By a lot too, by like 15k.
Yeah, the nano boost there coming in handy. He also tanked the most and did the most hero damage, topping 3
Nano
sets.
Boost Malthael, genuinely disgusting.
Topping 4 sets. He also had the most deaths.
I just watched that game. I wasn't even playing in it, and I'm tilted.
Oh man, it's one of those games like if you're not sure how to play around it, if you don't play enough quick match, you know how to play around those kind of games.
This is the ultimate quick match comp.
Yeah. Oh, Siege Damage going over to Probrius though. XP going over to Probrius and Chen, and I don't know.
That's a lot.
It's hard to talk about a game like that though. Like,
Yeah.
what do you say?
I do. I think the biggest misplay does boil down to, I think Loose Screws try to do too much macro, which is rarely a complaint. I think they should have just their advantage was they just roll them whenever they have
Throw
a
your
straight
face
up
at
heads
them.
on fight.
When you had
And there were a lot of situations where they took engagements where they are obviously a little bit tilted, like it's super incredibly tilting to fight like a Vala who never seems to die, and a Probrius who's existing, and a Nano Boost Malthael, and like a Lieutenant Morales who's hanging in the back just living her life that you can't get to. Just focus Morales, baby rate.
4 range characters just kiting you as an entire team, and a Malthael in the
so
middle of yours that
frustrating.
you just can't kill. Like, oh, now that was what like. You have to know what you're doing to play against that, and it just was clear that Few Loose Screws just wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, they had it a bit. They were definitely capitalizing on a few misplays.
When you had Mosh Pit and when you had Panda Pals, like I feel like you just
Yeah.
group and go. Like with those two ults, they can't fight you that well. And if
They probably could. Well, I don't know if they could have straight up pushed like the keep down because Probrius is pretty good anti-siege, but
take the
should have
Bruiser
definitely-
camp, 25 armor,
Yeah.
and just go. What a
now it is easy to say all that from hindsight,
Yeah.
but
or and from observer
And-
perspective.
when you can see both sides of vision, and yeah,
I mean, there was also an option for Team Trading Wheels once they took the top fort. Like, if you start doing that, just base race you with the Vala stim drone. Like, you know, it's hard to say how it would have played out if they tried it, but it definitely felt like they needed to at least try it.
yeah. Alphael did so much damage
He
that
put in
game.
work.
He did double the amount of damage from the Kalthas, I think, if my caster math was correct, give or take.
It's probably wrong because caster math is always wrong.
That's true. Vala only doing 10k more than the Kalthas, which is to be expected, but all that damage from Alphael. He did die 6 times, but he did an absurd amount of damage. A disgusting nano. Only the numbers you can get in the 13 minutes with an Ana Malthael.
He did get the nano boost every time, and then Stimdrone went to Vala a couple of times, and they even used it to push. They knew enough about their comp to know to pop Stimdrone to push, which tells you they've played this before. At least played that part of it before.
The top lane. Yeah, you don't just randomly go, hey, what if our top lane is Ana Morales? And they just never leave. What if Ana is like a pocket Abathur hat? Or what if Morales is just a pocket Abathur hat who permanently heals Vala?
It's like running Task Tracer, but you don't have a Tracer player or a Tassadar player, and you're like, we'll just play the opposite of, like, we'll just play a different version of both. Like, Vala is a Tracer who doesn't run around the map as fast, and Morales is a Tassadar who just heals instead of shields. Like,
yeah.
You also didn't have to worry about the anti-heal from Ana, because you already had it on your team. It's just,
It was pretty nasty.
it was. You needed like a new Rat Cocoon coming out. You needed like so much more coming out. It felt like
Yeah, and a new Barak could have been pretty impactful there. I think the ETC did get a lot of value.
he did.
So I wouldn't necessarily say that was the wrong pick.
His
A couple wild moshes.
his
a
zero
couple,
man mosh on the
dominance
dying
asserting
Vala
moshes,
body.
but- Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Oh, some interesting talents here too. We had Caduceus feedback on Lieutenant Morale for like she must have gotten so many auto attacks against Chen, so she must have had
Yeah.
infinite energy.
yeah, no, I definitely talked about it, but I thought she was gonna be in the 4-man and just like using it to survive poke. But nah, you don't need to survive poke if you're just facing a Chen like as Vala Morales. Soul Lane Morales, I think on its own, is a meme that no one's paid enough attention to.
She does heal minions. She's one of the few who can.
You heal a minion faster than most offlaners can kill it, and then you can pick up Medivac, and you're a healing version of Dahaka. And that's just how I like to look at it, and I'm like, no one's really paid attention, like, ever thought to even try it. I've ran it, it beats Leo in lane. Like, it's a Leoric counter that no one ever
Yeah,
considered.
Leoric can't really get on you, I guess.
He can't get on you, because it's going to be obvious when he tries. And if he spooky hands you somehow, you grenade him away, and then it's gone. You can't kill a minion at any point through your healing. You can grenade and just wait for your minion to kill his minions. Like, then you medevac into any team fight, so you're gonna have the XP advantage or the mana
I may
advantage.
have to highlight Dahaka in Storm League and then swap to Morales at the last second.
Good luck. I can't even convince 5 Sacks to let me prove it how it works. I did talk to Fun Buns about it, and he said he might run it for his Heroes Hype team.
Ooh, Leakin Strat.
Yeah. Sorry. I doubt.
That's why you gotta.
I doubt
that's why
he
you gotta
can
tune
convince-
into Nexus commentaries to get all the insider stuff.
Yeah, I doubt though he's able to convince anyone. I can't convince anyone. If anyone else can convince someone to let him prove that it works, by all means, please go for it. Let my dreams live on. Yeah, but good game coming up from both teams there. Exciting matches because of team comps are just ridiculous.
Yep.
So, but we're not gonna run an interview out this time because we were so delayed at the start. We'll end up seeing what ends up happening because even though the games played out and Team Training Wheels took the W, because of off-roster sub and the supposedly on-roster sub not being listed on the roster on the website, finding out that his Smurf account may be, in fact, the account that's registered on the website, even though they took the 2-0, they may still be credited with a 0-2 loss.
That's a Nexus think if I've ever seen.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see and figure out how that plays out. But
Yeah.
thank you all for tuning in to Nexus Commentaries. We will see you all next time in the Nexus.